They've got to be better than, well, obviously the ones you had in year 6. I didn't have one in year 6 just because I wasn't a student, but
Wait, you weren't a student? What were you doing?
All right, this is it.
Hi,
Hi, bonjour tout le monde.
we're here.
We are here right now.
Should we do kind of like a around the
This is the
table
start.
introduction, like
Oh, I hate that.
like Joel, you go and
Oh yeah, I'm Joel. I hate introductions. It's a thing that happens at the start of the year, and I don't like it. And it's happening here now too, and I don't like it.
Sorry to relive that for you.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sorry that had to.
I'm sorry I had to.
Yeah.
I'm Valley. We've got 3 of the boys on today. We've got Joel, we've got me, we've got Lloyd. This is the start. This is the start of hopefully more podcasts to come.
Yeah, we'll see how we go on that one.
Yeah, that's pretty much all you need to know about me.
Yeah. My name's Lloyd. You probably haven't heard of me, although you might have if you come across a really obscure YouTube channel.
Obscure, I call it tasteful. It's a work of genius and art.
Thanks.
It's
Yeah.
amazing.
But other than that, there's nothing interesting to my name really.
Just your name.
Just your name.
Just the name.
Just my name, and it's got 2 L's in it.
So, boys, the topic of today, what we're gonna have, talking about year 11. Yeah, what a life of a year 11 student is, probably, as well as overcoming year 11.
That's us.
What are your thoughts, boys?
I mean, yeah, it's good. It's kind of like year 10, just a little harder, and still no one really cares what results you get because it's not year 12.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it's just more work. It's just more everything, pretty much. And to think about it, now that we're in term 3,
Yeah,
we've got one more term and then one more year. That's crazy.
And we're gonna be old.
It's not all it's talked up to be. It's not any better or any worse, and it's still as unimportant as year 12 will be.
Yeah, probably.
Because like at the end of the day, all it is that's going to matter is your ATAR. Like I don't know who's going to look at your study score because I feel
Or
like
your ATAR, to be honest.
Wow.
You know, we're not really working up to much here.
At least mine.
Because the thing, like your first employer might look, and then nobody else after that, because it's about the things you've learned along the way that really count.
Yeah.
You know, they'll look at the fact we have an exceptionally successful podcast, and they'll go, "You're hired."
But no, so it's crazy. We've got only one more year after this.
Yeah, that's true. And we finally get to have the year 12 jackets where you have like a silly little goofy little name
I'm
printed
not
on the back.
excited for that. I'm actually anti-excited for that.
Okay, why is that?
I'm a bit scared.
Oh yeah.
Why?
Because I have in grade 6 we had the special jumpers too, and for most of the year I didn't wear it. But had my special name on it, and I have a fairly strong feeling that's going to be the same in year 12.
Can I ask you what it is? Is it JCR Builder?
No, it was just
Bob
a jacket.
Jacket? You called it jacket? You wrote jacket on the back of your jacket.
It was just a jacket that all the grade 6s had that had everyone's names on the back of it, and it was the special.
Oh, that one,
It wasn't specifically. Well, I don't think it was. It might. No, I had a badge on it that was about me because I was the ICT captain.
Oh, damn,
That's a good thing to be.
Yeah. I was really good at it, I think.
Damn, okay.
Probably not,
Well,
actually.
to be fair, I feel like, given how we always see the year 12s wearing their jackets, they've got to be better than, well, obviously the ones you had in year 6. I didn't have one in year 6 just because I wasn't a student, but.
Wait, you weren't a student? What were you doing?
No, I wasn't a student. I wasn't a student here, but
Well, I wasn't a student here either.
Neither was I.
Yeah.
I didn't get a
chance.
chance.
None of us were.
We were the top. We were the top of the school.
What type of bougie school did you go to, bro? I didn't get shit.
The absolute excellence that is primary school.
Oh, that's crazy.
Oh no, it's good. And Mr. He's gone now.
Oh, okay.
Shout out, Mr.
Okay. So
He's no longer with us. He's not.
what are we all gonna do after we leave school?
Not a clue. Me
Really?
personally, I'm probably just gonna go to university and then see where that takes me, and then I'll probably do like.
Drugs.
Jesus Christ.
I used to make drugs. I'm probably just gonna like, I don't know, just feel it out a bit.
What
Just
uni do you plan on going to?
Probably either.
Yeah, I'm thinking about because they have a good photography course there. So Lloyd, as you were saying, so you don't know what you're going to be doing after school?
Not really. I'm sort of thinking of pursuing a career in like IT, computer science kind of stuff.
I was
what about you?
talking with my food studies teacher today. Actually, she asked me what I was doing or what I'm planning on doing after school, and I was talking to her about photography, but as well as maybe if that doesn't work out, something about food or food dressing. She suggested food dressing maybe.
Yeah.
That's when you you grab like your plate and shit and you like do all that fancy garnish and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm basically more photography based because I just find that really interesting. What about you, Joe?
I tell my parents that I'm going to do something to do with geography.
Okay, and what are you actually going to do?
Probably that, but I don't think I want to.
Why geography?
Gonna chart the
know.
seas.
Oh yeah, I'm a sea charter.
Oh, okay. Interesting. That was the worst joke.
That wasn't a joke. That was pure wit.
Okay, no. Why did you choose geography over everything?
I don't actually know. I just have. I looked through lists of things you can be in your life.
Have you?
No, I haven't actually.
Okay, I was going to say, what was that?
No one does that.
No one does that.
Evidently.
There are many things to be.
Yeah, there are many things to be, and there's lots of things that you can do in geography. So you can do lots of things, and you can
see a lot of
do
things as well.
Yeah.
You want to travel the world?
Not really, no.
No? Don't want to go overseas or anything?
Not overly, no.
Why not?
One day I'd be interested to go back to New Caledonia, see how many more drugs there are and how many more buses you can fall out of.
How many more people you could push into the pool?
I didn't
Jesus
push anyone to the
Christ.
pool.
I heard that happened.
I heard that the other day. They were discussing that as well.
So you really don't want to go overseas or anywhere? Like, not even, like, I don't know, for example, Germany or
No.
France,
No.
anywhere?
Well, it'd be I think it'd be very interesting to see all of that and whatever, but it's not overly a priority of mine.
Okay. What about you, Lloyd? Are you going to travel when you're older?
Probably not.
How come?
Oh, sorry, I just hit the space bar because it's like, not really because travel usually just stresses me out because you're kind of just like in like a different place and like you don't know, like especially if you're in a place that like doesn't speak English, it's kind of like
I mean, I guess you
scary.
could go to France someday though.
That's right. Yeah, because I can speak adequate French, as I'm sure Joel will bring up at some point. Adequate, just the adequate
I
French.
have adequate French. Lloyd has the kind of French that isn't much more, but he can tell you where he lives and how many dogs he has.
AKA the actual French, and Joel doesn't know basically any French.
Yeah.
I know adequate French.
Adequate. What's adequate meaning to you, Joel?
I can do a French rap.
Nice.
See, I can order the class starting in French, opening your head and taking out the English, putting the English in your pocket. Yeah, that's right, but the English... I won't continue.
Okay,
That could be
please
fine.
don't.
We need Joel Fire in the booth.
But yeah, Lloyd, I still do feel sorry for leaving you in French.
It's okay. Yeah,
Nah.
for people listening in who care about us. For those playing at home, sure, Valley left the French class
Yeah,
that
you
I'm
see,
in.
I left French because it got very heavily. It was a lot to take in, and it was just too much. Not too much work, but it was just I couldn't deal with it anymore. It wasn't my decision, so I finally got to change to food tech. But unfortunately, I did have to leave Lloyd.
Yeah. But like Valley, would you say that now that you've left French, like would you say that you've like opened yourself up to like more opportunities? I guess now obviously with like food tech and that.
100%, 100%, because I was so miserable in French. Like, not just saying that as an over exaggeration. It's just that I hated French because as soon as it became not my choice, like I didn't want to. I wasn't too keen on doing French anymore. I just didn't enjoy it. Well, obviously, but I just couldn't do well. And as soon as I would get like a bad mark on something, it wouldn't boost. any of my morale, any of my confidence. So I just had to get out. But oh my god, food studies, it's such a better experience. I'm like one of the top students in my class.
Oh, well done.
Yeah, I'm getting 90s, like high 80s. It's the best.
Nice.
It's great. We're always cooking, or at least if we're not cooking, we're always talking about food, always tasting food. It's the best. It's just great. I'm so glad I left, but I also am not glad that I left Lloyd.
So
I'm so
That's
some
alright.
advice for the French department: do more food, and Veli will stay.
Oh yeah, the crepes. Yeah. Oh,
Crepes are pretty good.
Yeah, you,
Dude,
you have to bring him in for the crepe day. You have to say, Veli, come on in for past French student.
Yeah, and then the French teacher would be absolutely furious because she probably does not want to see my face. Literally brought
Probably.
down the class average by like 20%, bro.
yeah.
Well, at least you tried, Veli.
Yeah.
You tried, you failed, but that's
I mean,
okay
did I-
because you moved on to better places now.
Yeah, there are greener pastures than those in France.
Oh, that actually reminds me now.
Well, I think the pastures in France are probably quite green. They seem to be quite like a hydrated part of the world.
See, this is geography, guys.
This is geography. This is
the-
where
yeah.
geography can take you. You know, see, food studies, it doesn't have green pastures in there.
That actually reminds me now that you brought up France. But I remember when my sister's exchange student came over. Basically, for a bit of context, at our school we have like these French exchange students that we come over. It's like a French excursion. You go there for about 2 weeks, and you just live a life in France. And apparently it's really good. But so the French exchange student came over, and it was actually pretty good. They were nice, but they do so much work apparently. Like, she was telling me about how much work they have to do in a day compared to like our school now. Like, it's so much different over in France. And apparently they don't eat breakfast. My sister came home and she's like, they don't eat breakfast.
Damn.
Like,
Maybe you have to wake up early. Maybe you have to wake up early to get the croissant.
not racially motivated. Joel's not a racist.
Croissants and milk.
Jesus Christ.
How many wheat bix do you do? So it's like, how many croissants do you do?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Speaking about electives, Joel, how's VCD going for you? Just quick interjection. How's that going?
VCD is the best visual communication design room that I've ever been in, and I'm really torn between physics and Viscom, which one I want to be doing next year, because I made the large mistake of not being in the Year 12, the Unit 3-4 systems engineering, which means that I have to make the fatal decision to choose between systems and
So
Viscom.
what's the difference between between doing the 3-4 Viscom and
No, so 3-4 systems, because then I would
yep.
have finished it a year early, and I definitely would have been able to, because most of the class is just doing drugs and
Jesus
running around
Christ.
touching each other. So I could definitely be a year above in that department.
Joel, you've been very fucking explicit with all the drug talk and
Well, there aren't too many drugs because a certain member of the class has left, although very sad amongst us. Hang on. Anyway, systems is good, but I could definitely be doing the year above, and that would have meant that I could do physics and Viscom at the same time.
Because you're a very smart individual, Joel.
I'm a smart individual. I'm the smartest individual that's ever individually lived on this
yeah,
earth.
well, see, you're smart, but you don't show it in the brightest ways, I guess.
Thanks.
We're not
Yeah,
trying to.
Joel, you're really smart, but you're also really dumb in the way you be smart.
No, I'm not saying that you're dumb. It's
That's
just
pretty
that
much what you said.
Yeah, okay. Well, no, I didn't mean it like that, John.
Well, I
I'm
think you
saying
did.
that
I reckon you did.
I'm not saying that like you don't show your intelligence. Is that you don't show it in a way that like you're like, oh, I don't know how to explain it. It's just you're an interesting individual, Joe.
I'm an interesting. Well, I aim to please. You know, it's one of my desirable qualities. Really.
Really. Okay.
Yeah, I have many desirable qualities. I could list them all. You know, I'm desired among many. There are so many people in this world who desire me beyond belief.
So some people could say that you're like Andrew Tate, but like a good person.
Yeah, I'm the good kind of Andrew Tate.
Oh, okay. Are you Romanian?
No.
Okay, where are you from, Joe? We've actually been asking this for a while. Where are you from, Joe?
I probably should be going along with being Russian, but I'm not, unfortunately. I'm actually that's fun, unfortunately.
A little inside joke we have here at school is we say that Joel is of like Russian descent because like he's not, and that's the funny part.
I don't think that's funny.
Well,
Well, actually, it is funny. No,
Peter
no,
made
is
it funny. Peter made it funny.
Yeah.
See, okay, now Joel, like, in all seriousness, where do you know where you're actually from?
No, the only people really from other
Realms.
Other realms, i.e., other countries, are married in. So I just been here for a while.
Like your Italian uncle?
Yeah.
You have
Who
an
isn't
Italian
related
uncle?
to you?
He's
Only married,
only
yeah.
related by marriage, but he helps me with some maths. He knows his physics, but I'm too scared of him.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
He's a big scary Italian man, you know.
He's just an Italian.
Hang on.
What?
He's just an Italian.
Is the fact that he's Italian, does this like, are you trying
Is
to
this
say that
racially
that's,
motivated?
I feel like you can't do that.
No, well, I think it does aid in some of the. Well, it does. Like, there aren't many people who. Most people who make lots of pasta are Italian. Okay?
So now that you've brought up food, does that mean he's taught you anything? Like
No,
teaching you food?
definitely not. No,
Any food?
no, I do remember vividly.
Did he teach you how to eat?
As
Bro.
as I described to Lloyd the other day about his mother. I think it is his mother, who's like ancient. It runs in the family being old, by the way. And she at Christmas makes like heaps of lasagna, like giant amounts of lasagna.
That sounds nice. Is it good?
I haven't eaten it in a long time, but I think it was when I last had it when I was like 12.
Okay. Okay.
And
well,
that's only 4 years ago. It must be more than that.
Oh yeah, you said someone
Almost
punched
5.
someone.
No. Yes, there was lots of punch. There was lots of punching happens. And punching is the liquid variety. You kind of drink the punch. You've got to sort of absorb the punch.
You're talking about the
Punch.
like the drink punch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but he
punch
said
drink.
it. He like literally brought it up in the context like someone was like hitting someone like right next to us.
Yeah.
And, like that reminds me, there was a punch at our family gathering.
Yes, that was exactly right. But when I say punch, I don't mean a physical punch because physical punches aren't that good. You don't want to punch people.
Yeah,
Unless you
probably.
do want to punch
I've
someone.
copped a few.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Have you?
Yeah, I've been in the ring. No, it's just happened to me.
Every Wednesday and Thursday, he gets punched in the bedroom, in the Mathematica bed.
The Mathematica bed. Now, okay, I feel like the fellas at home don't really know what Mathematica is, or can you at least give them a bit of an explanation of what Mathematica is?
I think anyone mathematically motivated knows exactly what the Mathematica bed means. The Mathematica bed is the spiritual and physical existence of Mathematica, and it really displays the sheer power that Mathematica can have on the relationships of individuals, including a brilliant maths teacher who really opened our eyes to Mathematica and showed us that not all in life is like hitting your nose on the whiteboard when you're trying to get a parallax effect or whatever it's called.
So what is Mathematica, Joel? What is it?
Those who know.
Do you know?
It
It's a
is.
software by Wolfram.
It's a Wolfram software, brilliant company out there. You can go buy some mugs with their logo on if you want, and you can answer the questions to essentially the universe. Because I found on the Apple website on the Wayback Machine the other day, from the iMac Pro, there was a graph there showing the sheer speed that the iMac Pro can process things in Mathematica, which really shows how incredibly powerful of a tool Mathematica can be to individuals.
Oh, interesting. So what would
It's not interesting at all.
So what would Mathematica be used for? Like, what you say as a year 11 student, you say that you've been using Mathematica. What subject would you be using the program in?
In maths.
In maths, really?
Yeah.
Okay. So what does it provide for you? What does it help you with?
You can make graphs. It's essentially a graphing calculator, but on your computer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Me personally, I haven't really had much experience with Mathematica.
Yeah, by that you mean you haven't used it at all.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like maybe will we be using it in year 12? Considering how I'm in normal maths now, would I be using it in methods?
There's probably
Definitely not.
Probably not.
No, because you have the graphing calculators, which my Italian uncle I brought up just before. He actually is a bit confused as to why we are not taught how to use a physical graphing calculator, which is actually a serious thing because generally they use a physical graphing calculator, which is what the lower maths levels use, but we have to use the computer program. But apparently the way going forward is something to do with, is more on the computer, so...
Joel, can we be a little more mindful of people's
Joel.
feelings? The lower maths class.
The lower.
Can we?
Yeah, all those low, horrible people.
They're not horrible people, they are just
Misunderstood.
less mathematically motivated would be what it would be.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This is still offensive, isn't it?
You're dropping methods next year. You cannot
Yes.
talk.
Yeah, well, my geography teacher would like me to do otherwise, but I don't really see how you use methods in geography because I don't really think there's many times that you need to differentiate y with respect to x on like the French grass or something. I don't know. I think some maths would cut it, but methods is probably not entirely necessary.
No, but another thing I do want to talk about this session is the teachers of our school, not just specifically the maths teachers, because I've heard some of the maths teachers. I know mainly just the maths department as a whole isn't that great at the moment, just because it's very unorganized. But as all of the teachers in general, what are your thoughts about it and how they're going about teaching?
Well, I've got a specific English teacher that both Joel and I have.
We
and
share the joy.
Yeah, we share the joy. She's not great. Like, she can... Well,
This
she
could
doesn't
be used
teach.
against us in court.
Yeah, she doesn't teach. She gives us information and says, run along with that. She doesn't, like, really teach us. She tries. But, and I must say, all English teachers born before, like, the 1990s cannot use a computer for the life of them. They just do not know how. Like,
So the older generation can't
Are
be...
you being ageist there, Lloyd? Are you being ageist about people's ability to use personal computing devices?
maybe, but no, it's just English teachers though. Like, I'm sure like there's people in the math department that are older than like some of the teachers in the English department, but like they can use a computer just fine. I think it's just because like for English you don't really need to use a computer, but when you actually do need to use a computer, it's like it's really slow. And I had to set up for me and Joel's English teacher. I had to set up the projector every time we went in the lecture theatre to watch 12 Angry Men because she wanted it to be a special experience doing it in the lecture theatre.
Jesus.
Yeah, I had to set up the projector for me and Joel combined often. Well, not at the same time, but like we both had the experience of having to do it like three times. Like, actually no, pretty much every time we were in there, we just had to like set up the projector for her for like, because she just couldn't just like pay attention to us setting up the projector and like know how to do it herself, seeing as she has to do it for every other class that she teaches like year 11 for. So
I feel like it's just people's exposure to new technology, because obviously we're living in a generation where technology it's very advanced, you know, where it's all the technology that we're exposed to these days, everything's growing, like, you know, everything's adapting, everything's changing.
Except for English teachers.
Except for English teachers. But no, I feel like it's people's exposure to the technology, because I feel like some people aren't as involved with all the new technology that we have these days. But I do have to be very grateful that we do live in a time like this where we've got the ease of access that we do these days.
yeah, which a certain teacher that me and Valley have, who hopefully come onto this podcast, might be able to talk about.
Yeah, maybe in the next episode. Who knows?
Maybe we're trying to get him on. He's got some stories to tell.
A little bit of maybe a little bit of teasing.
Yeah. He has the bears in there and chairs as well, and he has people with games and stories to tell.
He did just get promoted, which I'm very proud of him for being promoted.
He went up.
He just went straight up there.
Yeah, he's on his way to the top. Well, he's actually not really. He's just acting, but he's gonna
Yeah, but it is nice to see such a. I don't want to say casual, but you know, such a nice and like
He's down to
chill
earth.
teacher.
Yeah,
He's down
people's person.
He's down to earth.
Yeah, he's like Michelle Obama.
That's very specific.
Yeah. She was in power and she was in a position of power, but she was like still really down to earth, and she was like
Okay, yeah, I can see where you're coming from.
Maybe in a stronger sense, be like Princess Diana.
Okay, I see where you're coming.
Princess Diana who?
Lloyd doesn't know who Princess Diana is.
I know who she is.
No.
I just like
Lloyd, I see where you're coming from. Lloyd,
Because you're not alive doesn't mean you know the stories.
Oh,
you know
sorry.
the feeling. You feel the feeling.
No, but Lloyd, I see where you're coming from with the whole Michelle Obama thing. He's a really good teacher. He's down to earth, but you know, he's also a very good teacher. Like his teaching ways is way better than others, and arguably the best teacher. I don't know.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, because like not only does like he's happy to help like outside of last time as well, and it's like done so much for me to just like support me in following the IT like career path, and that is like moved a lot of things around just so I could do like things next year for it. So that's really cool.
He's just a great person.
Yeah, I like
but
him.
we will be finding more about that hopefully in the next episode of Uninvited.
Hopefully.
But yeah, so maybe we should move away from that. Don't want to spoil too much.
Yeah.
Special spoilers.
Big man.
Okay. So now,
Game away.
boys, I want to talk about friendship dynamics.
Yeah, those have kind of, I've realized since we've gone into senior school, which for us in Australia is year 10, 11, and 12, things have shifted around a bit, and, like, I've gotten closer to Valley here because when we first met each other, we kind of, like, we didn't get along, but Joel and I, we were, like, Joel was one of the first people I started interacting with, although it was sort of, like, a little bit later in the year than I thought it would have been. But, like, because we're such similar people, I feel, in a way.
We're so similar, in fact, that everyone thinks we're the same person.
Yeah. But yeah, nah. Me and Lloyd, yeah, nah. It sort of happened all in year 9. I feel like we didn't really know each other that well in year 7.
Yeah, end of year 9. French, funnily enough, what drew us apart like brought us together. That was kind of fun.
That's actually pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's actually really weird to realize.
Yeah, just reflect on French, as bad as it is, kind of like started a lifelong friendship. So that's pretty cool.
It started some love. Isn't that nice?
Okay.
No, but
Sorry, I had my grab a bit too far. Anyone
got any goals for like year 12? Any
12?
like anything like or like this
God.
year? Any goals?
Any goals for your life?
Yeah,
Any
that's a good
goals
way to
for
put it,
any
Joel.
goal?
Good way to put it, Joel.
that's a big thing to think
That's
about.
like not that complicated way to put it.
But it was a good way to put it.
I said 2 words.
No, but
and
boys,
it extended it from year 12 to life. But not much.
No, but
anyway,
boys,
get on with
if we think about it, we've only got you guys, I think, at least, you guys have only got 1 more year till you're considered an adult.
No, Joel. No, I think he's got 2 more years.
Yeah, I will turn 18 in 2024. I'm a year younger.
Yeah,
I'm a
'cause-
year young too.
Yeah, and because they just went into school a little earlier in life, but
Otherwise known as you went into school a little bit later.
late.
Oh wow.
I did not go into school a little bit later. I went into school
Lloyd.
the year I was supposed to.
Yeah, I know. but-
interesting.
But the thing is, you can shift your perspective.
You can shift your suspect.
It also depends on where you are in the year, because I'm at the start of the year. It's a bit more complicated. So
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, okay, so year 12. Damn, it's hard. It's interesting to think about, just because I don't know. Well, it's right around the corner, but also it's crazy because after that we're just done, and then we're just sent off into an actual life.
sent off to war. Is that what you're saying?
Sent off to an actual
We're
life.
bringing back conscription.
No, we're being sent into like real life.
War.
No,
Actually,
not
that's
war.
not too wrong.
Essentially, corporate war.
It may be war. It may
We're
be
being sent into war.
It may be considered war, but
It's a conspiracy.
no,
Yeah.
it's just
University is war.
university. Okay. Speaking about university, it's sort of interesting to think about how we're all going to be like. I don't know how to explain it. It's sort of just how all of us are going to be one day, like not that close to each other as we are today.
Yeah,
And-
true. I definitely felt that way, like in especially year 8, because I had one friend from my previous school go through with me to this school, and then after that, I sort of like. I sent him a message or 2. He sends one back, but like it's not like that same like relationship we used to have.
Yeah.
And yeah, especially in year 6, that's when like my relationships with like my friends were like at their peak. And then after that, they just sort of like dropped off because I never saw them again, really. And yeah. What about you guys?
We're coming into the same experience in the near future as well.
Yeah, it's sad to think about though, just because we're so close now, like arguably closer than we've actually been. But now it's just the fact that we're like probably not going to be talking that much after year 12. I mean, of course, we're gonna keep in touch for the short future afterwards, but hopefully we can keep contact, because I actually still talk to the people that I talked to literally in year 1 to this day, like I texted them yesterday.
That is commendable.
It's just amazing to think about that, and I just want the exact same thing with us because we're going to be adults and it's going to be different. We're obviously going to be different to what we are now, but
Some things never change.
How inspirational, Joe.
You know what? That's one of my desirable qualities, actually. You know, being inspirational. I have many. See, that's the thing that really makes me last a long time.
Oh no! Whoa, Joel! Last long where?
This whole podcast has
last long in the cupboard, like a can of beans. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm honey, everyone. I last for a long time. So what's changed amongst us is what's changed is that we've matured and we've come together.
Jeez.
Some of us we haven't matured. I feel like some people at the school.
Joel,
I have matured to a desirable level.
Okay, I can see that. I can see that, Joel. Like in all seriousness, I can see that you have matured.
like Farmer's Tasty Cheese,
What?
like the one that you get.
I'm
sticks.
I'm a tasty cheese.
Oh, it's because you're Italian, isn't it? You know, you got the
No.
Italian uncle. No, it's because you got the Italian uncle. Does he buy it for you?
No. My
No?
mum walks down to the Woolworths and she buys the cheese.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, can we just have a short discussion? Favourite supermarket and other shops?
I mean,
Well, okay, so for me, I feel like I'm mixed because at the end of the day, they both sell the same fucking products. Like,
Right.
you know, it's
not,
just...
not both.
It's
We can't be too segregating here.
Okay,
There
well,
are other players.
So
in the
the
supermarket
two,
scene.
okay, so
Yeah.
I feel like the main ones, Woolworths, Coles, and well, maybe Aldi, but Aldi is also like sort of shit.
What about IGA?
IGA.
The Independent Grocers Association.
IGA isn't that popular. Like I feel like
my business
IGA.
teacher works there.
what?
My business teacher works there.
Separate from school.
Yeah, separate from school.
Wait,
At the same
wait, is
time,
that-
I always work in the supermarket while I'm teaching my business class. So I'm a bit of a Woolworths person. We're a bit of a Woolworths family.
A fresh food people?
You're a fresh
I'm,
food
I'm-
person?
I'm a fresh food person.
You're a fresh food person.
You know, we do visit IGA from time to time. There's some particular things that we like to get from there, from the Independent Grocers Association. So that's a good place. That's a good place to go. I highly recommend IGA. Yeah, because you're supporting your local boys.
Yeah. I mean, for us, Coles is closer, but I do like a lot of the stuff that Woolworths has. They've got like some really good pasta things that Coles doesn't have.
Oh,
But
yeah.
they just sort of like complement each other. I reckon, like angles.
Okay, interesting. All right, so I think
We've touched
we're
on
gonna
a few things.
Yeah, I think we're gonna wrap it up. Yeah.
I think we're gonna wrap it up. Yeah. Goodbye.
Next episode. So when should people
like audio effects in here?
when should people expect
Tonight on Topic.
when should we
Tonight on Uninvited.
when should we expect number 2? When should we expect podcast number 2?
I don't know. Maybe we could do this as like a weekly thing. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
we could do it as a weekly launch. We do need to we do need to arrange the guest though. So
Yeah, true. So we're gonna have to ask people. I mean, we've sort of like talked to people about it. Gained a bit of interest. But
Yeah.
see if they can actually come.
All right, so yep, that sounds interesting.
Yep. Anything you'd like to say, Joel? Before we...
Best wishes, Lloyd, trying to make this presentable.
All right, that's thank you for all tuning in.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in.
So kind of you.
Yep. We'll be seeing you next time on
or hearing you next time. Well, no, you'll be hearing us.
You'll be hearing us
We'll be in
next
your
time
ears next
on.
time.
You'll be hearing us next time on Uninvited.
We'll be in your ears.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, thanks for being invited to the Uninvited.
That was clever. That was
I'm
clever.
a smart one.
We should keep that.
We're keeping that
All
in
right.
the
See you
thing.
boys later.
Bye.
See ya.